Hi everybody, my name is Elena Miglino. I'm a celebrity makeup artist based in New York City, and I'm so excited to be doing a beauty beat with Loop magazine today. Okay, let's get into it. First thing I'm gonna be using is my foundation. This is a brand new one. This is the holy grail of all foundations. It is House Labs by Lady Gaga. It looks good on everyone. You will see the magic that this can perform. Okay, I'm applying this foundation all over with the fluffy side of the brush. This brush is also by House Labs to bring it down the neck. We don't want anything to look different. Let me get a little bit closer so you can actually see how beautiful this foundation is. How full coverage this foundation is, you can actually still see my skin, which I love about it. I almost forgot Lumify drops, so we're gonna get these bad boys in my eyes. Next product I'm gonna be using is the Stay in Place Estee Lauder Concealer. I know that there are so many different ways of putting on concealer now. I'm still doing my go-to. I love concealer in these spots right here because it really helps to sculpt out the jawline when we get to contouring. Okay, all of this stuff is from my personal makeup bag, so this is what I use every day when I get ready for work. And if you know me or you're one of my clients, you know that my favorite thing to do is to give a little bit of a lip contour. You obviously can do this with a brush, but I love these little baby contour sticks. I think that they're really easy to work with. Also, look how fast the Lumify works. My eyes are so much brighter. This actually might be the best thing that you learned from me today, Lumify. Okay, now we're just gonna blend in this contour with my favorite contour brush ever. This is the Patrick Top brush. It's dual-sided. The more dense side is what I'm gonna use to get my contour right in place. Okay, now that my concealer has sat for a few minutes, I'm gonna blend it out with the other side of the House Labs brush. Don't wanna swipe too much because where we place the concealer is exactly where we want it to go. Most importantly, can you see why my favorite placement of the concealer is right there? Talk about snatched. Hello. All right, let's blend it out on the other side. And then I always like to take a little bit of what's left over on my brush and just tap it on my lids. Any redness that you have around your eyes is always gonna make you look a little bit tired. So this should really just brighten you up. The next product that I'm gonna go in with is my bronzer. Love this bronzer. It's by Hourglass. It's so beautiful. It's the perfect combo between bronze and terracotta. I never really use the copper color, but I use these all the time. And this is actually the bronzer that I use on all my clients. So with the other side of the Patrick Top brush, I'm just going to, again, be tapping this in. I'm gonna be making a 3 on the side of my face, so underneath my jaw, right where I place that contour, and then up on the top of the forehead. Next step I'm gonna be doing is a loose powder all over my face. This is gonna help everything to just set, stay in place, and then I will continue with the rest of my products on top of this. I'm actually using this tiny little Huda Beauty Travel Banana Powder. I just love the way that this little applicator applies the product. It's great because you can just kind of throw it in your bag and be done. I feel like it never really settles into any fine lines. I'm a big powder girl. I love the way that powder sets my skin. I don't like being all over shiny. This is just a personal preference for me. It's actually funny because I feel like with celebrities, they're not afraid of powder because they're always gonna be on camera and they're gonna be photographed. And powder really does give you that flawless look, especially on camera. But I think sometimes with my regular clients, powder scares them because they don't wanna look too cakey. But if powder is applied the right way, it is not going to make you look powdery. I'm gonna come a little bit closer so you can see. It just really evened everything out, and now my skin is flawless. This is the perfect base for me to add everything else on top of this. Okay, next thing I'm gonna be doing is my eyeshadow. I'm gonna be using this Patrick Ta Major Dimension number 3. This is the matte palette. This palette is so good. If I forgot my entire makeup kit, I literally could create an entire look just with this palette alone, no doubt in my mind. So first thing, I'm gonna be applying just one of these warmer tones just right to my lid. I'm really not thinking too much about it. I'm applying it, I'm blending it out. This is just to shape my eye, to give myself a contour. This is not only a look that I do on myself every day, but this is a look I do on so many of my clients. This is, I think, why people reach out to me so much, because they love this makeup look that looks effortless and it doesn't look overdone. What it's doing is just sculpting and shaping the eye. I'm using a fluffy brush. I'm not afraid to go underneath the eye and really just follow your natural bone structure. Then I'm gonna be taking the lighter color, tapping this right on the center of the lid, and one of the darker, warmer shades, and I'm gonna pop that right on the sides. all with the same brush. I'm not being too technical. Blending it a little bit underneath again. And there you go. Under 1 minute, your eyeshadow is done. Okay, it would be nothing in life without this mascara. You guys can thank me later. I'm obsessed with this mascara. Application is insane. I'm gonna show you guys. Look how beautiful that mascara is. So quick. You can do it at a red light. I'm just kidding. Don't do your makeup at a red light. This palette was sold out on the Sephora sale, but if you can get your hands on it, just buy it. It's so good. Look how pretty these colors are. The shiny color in the center, just to give me a little baby button nose. For lips, I'm using a brand new Anywhere Caffeine by Makeup Forever. A lot of people love Wherever Walnut, but I'm an Anywhere Caffeine kind of gal. You want to make sure on the sides you're not actually overdrawing on the sides. The only place that you want to overdraw is a little bit in the center and a little bit underneath. I mean, the power of makeup. Is makeup amazing or what? I feel so much more confident. I feel like this is the perfect everyday makeup. Okay, for lipstick, I'm going to be using an oldie but a goodie. It's called Honey Love. The matte lipstick. I mean, the smell of vanilla. A little bit more lip liner. Okay, my final tip that I'm going to give you, something that I love doing, is I love adding a cream blush on top of everything. So I already have my powder, I already have my bronzer, I put blush on, but I'm gonna be adding a cream blush on top of this because it just brings a little bit of that texture back to the skin. So I'm gonna be using the Patrick Ta. This is called Not Too Much, and that's exactly what it is. It's not too much. So I'm just gonna use my finger and apply this. You see how that just brings a little bit of sheen back into the skin? This is also pretty, but I think that this is just a little bit more youthful. Okay, there you have it. This is my everyday glam. This is what I do on most of my celebrity clients when you see them on a red carpet and they look naturally beautiful. This is how we got there. So I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for having me. Bye.